YouTube friends, hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, can you believe it? We're in the middle of August already and I haven't even gotten to my July questions and answers. Yeah, so let me quickly jump into my commentary and then we can have a chat about all the questions that you guys had for the month of July. I think just going into August, and this month in theory should not be that busy, but there's obviously always something happening. This month is the big provisional tax month, so you guys must make sure that you get your provisional tax returns in. First one for 2023, so we're halfway through the financial year, so we need to push forward. Yeah, let me jump into my comments. Yeah, just remember once again just to like the video, subscribe to my channel, all the normal type of stuff. Let me quickly see what I can answer today. First question. I work for a small company, Julie Hardress Williams, and wanting to get proper accounting software, which would be Sage Accounting. That one, what would it be the best to download? Please note that I'm not a trained accountant, so we need to be as easy as possible. Yeah, so I think I did answer the questions over here. So yeah, just go into Sage. If you go over there onto Sage Accounting, obviously you just need to do the registration. I think on some of my videos I actually have a link over there so that you can go onto then just do the registrations over there. Yeah, and then just once more, just remember if you do the registration, just remember to use my referral code, but I think everything is on there. Yes, and then obviously if you've got a paid subscription, I can always do a free session with you guys. Just quickly see what will the monthly cost be. I think they charge, I think like $300 a month or something like that. So it's not really expensive. It's not an expensive program to use. Mike Sol, let's see. Sash, would you assess me and send me credit? However, I have further medical expenses. Try to edit the fee filing, but won't allow me when I press the edit key and transfers me to the work page again. So Mike, what you need to do is when you log into e-filing, obviously I'm not going to log in now, otherwise you guys can see all my details, but there on the returns work page, there should be a button over there where you can request a correction, or I think, let me just maybe just open up one quickly, just my other screen. Yes, so I'm just taking my other screen quickly. So once you log in, you'll see if you go on the left hand side under returns history, and you click over there and you'll be able to find the 2020 return over there. And then on the work page itself, there is a place over there where you can go and say request correction. And then once you hit the button that says request correction, then you can go and make changes to your assessment over there. So that is obviously the place where you need to go look for it. Just quickly see Mark Solo trying to edit my medical expenses. Over the edit button transfers me to the previous work page. I can't edit it. So I think that's going to obviously answer the question. Then just make sure that if you do the request for correction, open up the actual return, then on there you just need to make sure that you tick the little box here that says that you want to make additional medical expenses. Let's quickly see what video this was on. UIF. Thanks for the tutorial. My status is now parked and I'm now confused. What does this mean? So if your status says that it is parked, you're probably going to have to phone the Department of Labor on that one. And what we find is if you do phone them, then try and phone early in the morning. If you phone like 8 o'clock, normally they're quite quick to answer the phones over there. Alter, my friend. Let's quickly see. Very should subscribe to your channel. Yes. Yeah, so I think just one thing that I do out there is I try and connect with other accountants as well, especially guys starting up their practices. So if you are an accountant and you are looking at the video, yeah, get in touch with me so we can see how we can help you guys to get we can get you guys help to get you sorted out and set up your accounting practices. Yeah, Ultra is one of the guys that I've been sending some work to, so which is cool. Samson Zaba, which month period must you pay tax first time? So Samson, this depends on how you. If you work, then obviously they can deduct the tax off your salary every month. If you are a sole proprietor, well, as for instance, you earn other types of income, then they will probably have to pay every 6 months that they have to have provisional tax. So that would be in August and February. Otherwise, if you don't have to pay any tax, and obviously once the year end is finished, then you would have to submit your final tax return. You'll see that I did a video of how does income tax work. If you have a look at that video over there, you'll see that you'll find a lot of the answers for what you're looking for over there. Zero. Can you please do a bank reconciliation on zero? Thanks. Buyen Lala. Yes, I must still get to zero. Sure. I've been redoing some of my Sage videos. I was just looking at the quality of some of my videos the other day, and it was shocking how bad my first videos were. But the thing is, They say always start with what you have, so I had to start somewhere. So that is what I did. So at the moment I'm just focusing on almost Sage stuff first, just to redo all my old videos over there. So zero is definitely something for the future that I'm going to tackle. Vanilla, let's see. Let's quickly see. When a client asks for a general ledger of a company, how do I access it on Sage if I'm not under any of the reports? So the general ledger, let's quickly see. If you're on Sage, let me quickly see if I can log into the demo company, so I can show you quickly how it works. So the general ledger, if you go to reports and you go to this one over here that says accounts, and you see this one that says account transactions, this is your general ledger. It's just got a different name, but this is the report that you would look at. So this thing over here is what they call the general ledger. So that is where you would find that. Yes, let's quickly see. Basazu Saeed, Sage Accounting Basic Setup. Awesome. Thanks, you enjoyed it, my man. I think this is one of the videos that I read it, so one of my newer ones. Let's quickly see various questions answered. How would you go about creating inventory and keep track of graphic design company? Example, 10 meter of flex is bought and used to print on t-shirts. Different sizes are printed. Pocket sizes are printed from that as client's request. How do one use Sage for such a company, or is there another accounting software that you can recommend? So when it comes to working with items on Sage, remember that the basic package is a basic package. It's not something that specializes in inventory management. Remember, with inventory is quite a specialized field, so they obviously just make a list of you of all the basic type of stuff. So let's say, for instance, you had to work with production, and then you would have to buy, let's say, for instance, 5 units of item A, 10 units of item B, and those two together will be able to make 7 units of item C. And then for that, you have to actually buy the items module. I wonder if they'll be able to see it on here. But they have a thing over here. No, you see, because we are only working on this on the test one. But if you go to your profile over there, you'll be able to find the modules, the add-on modules. So look for the one that says inventory, advanced inventory, I think is what they call it. And that is the one that's going to be able to give you the record of that. You know, with your basic ones, you can work on the basic one over here. If you go to items and you go to list of items, then you can keep record of the basic stuff. You can see over here, it tells you the quantity on hand of this specific thing, what the excluding price is, the excluding price, the average cost, last cost. But it's very basic. It's not for production and stuff like that at all. So it might answer some of your questions over there. So there you can probably keep record of some of the stuff. If you do work with point of sales, then quite often those reports can pull through to Sage as well. So that's one way that you can keep track of your inventory. Let's quickly see. Eufra Burma and expat tax. Yeah, this is cool. How do I submit unemployment period affidavit from a foreign country? I no longer live and work in South Africa, but my assessment need to be completed for the last year. Yeah, as I mentioned over here, get in touch with the guys, Victoria and Thomas. They definitely can be able to assist you about that one. Yeah, so go check out their website, the taxconsulting.co.za. They're the right people to speak to on that one. E-filing. And what are the 3 documents that need to be submitted? That part wasn't clear to me. So if you updating your representative details, it will be your ID, normally proof of address, and then normally if it's a representative, you have to submit a letter to say that you appoint yourself as the representative of the company, and those are the documents that you would normally have to submit together with the registration documents. But if you go to the SARS website now, and you say representative documents, if you just search for that, you'll see that they actually have a list of relevant material or supporting documents over here. So if you had to, this one you can see over here, as if you have to do the representative, here's the list of documents: the image of yourself, copy of your ID document, copy of the proof of residential address, copy of your letter of appointment as the representative. If there's then obviously the registration documents, and then for companies. So you can have a look at this. If you just Google it, and you just Google there for SARS representative documents, then you can see it gives you this link over here. Maybe let me just do this. I'll just copy this over quickly and just comment it there in any case for you. Let me quickly just pop in here, and then I'll do that. Then just now I'll put in the post for the actual video as well. But that is the answer then. no, wait, I replied to the wrong person here. Let me just quickly see if I can delete this one. Delete that one. Otherwise, I'm replying to the wrong person. So there we go. Reply over there. Yes. Just quickly see. Marcel Butters. What was this one about? Starting a business, which business structure to use? Yes, yeah. So business structures is a really, really cool topic. I love talking about that and helping people start their businesses. So that is a really lovely talk. Just quickly see. Sage tutorial suppliers and supply payments. And when you're capturing your invoice and your quantity, if more than one, how do I change from 1 to 7 maybe? So I think what you're trying to ask over here, so if you work with suppliers and with customers, both of them work on the same principle. If I add a supply invoice and I use over here on this drop down, I use an item and I select one of the items that we've got over here. So let's say for instance that one, then I can say that we have 50 of those items. Where if we use account, then you have to use an account, as for instance advertising. Then over there, you see now you can't change the quantity because you're using an account instead of an item. So I think that might be what you're referring to. So if you want to change quantities, then you have to work with items, otherwise leave it in accounts. Normally, if that is the case, then you would, in your description, put over there if there were more of a specific item that you wanted to have a look at. Just quickly see, Rishav, Sage basic setup. I think that's my new video as well. Cool, Rishav. I think glad you enjoying the video. You finding such representatives. This has been a nightmare for many of our tax practitioners. So many functions can't be performed and processes blocked because of the representative. Yes, Pravesh, this stuff, I always say to the people that we work with a moving target. I think, I did mention in my comment as well that, they chop and change these rules are often, even for us as well, just a nightmare just to stay on top of what's changing. We had a case yesterday where we actually had to update somebody's bank details, which we did about 3 weeks ago, did all the process and all this stuff. The client keeps on phoning us and says, listen, they're not getting their refund when we lock in yesterday. Now there's a new button that we have to press with a code and stuff to change the bank system. And so they change stuff and they don't tell anybody about it. I think that's probably the biggest frustration that we have with the receiver of revenue. But I share your pain. It's not like a process to go through, but we just have to push forward. We can't not do it. Home office expenses. Would it be possible to give us a link to the spreadsheet again? Yes, so I'll put the link over there. So if you go onto this page over here, you'll see the third button over there is the questionnaire, and that one will download the spreadsheet for you. Just cough quickly. Okay, let's carry on. Yes, answer. So there's your answer over there. Expat tax complaints. Explained. Why is this so confusing? So I think the short answer is because SARS funds money. People leaving the country is obviously a soft target. They've got nothing to lose by chasing those people down and getting the maximum amount of money out of them. So I think that is why expat tax is such a big thing at the moment. Yes. With all these grants and stuff, I was actually listening to a talk a little bit earlier today about Jason, my buddy. He was talking about a possible wealth tax, and that is quite scary. We would want to add maybe like another 5% on top of the 2% richest people in South Africa. I think it's stupid, but it is what it is. What is the meaning of initials in the form? Let me just quickly check that. Just want to see quickly what it is what you're talking about there. Oh, yes, now I see initials on the form. So that will be the initials of your name. So my name is Heinrich Karel. So I would have to put HC in there. So that is the thing about the initials. Stupid, just cats. Yeah, there's your answer. My buddy Jasper. We were talking about tax returns 2022. I was returns in 2022 tax and received UIF payments. How do I pay these payments on your return? So you'll see when you do the questionnaire, on the first page of your tax return, they obviously ask a lot of questions over there. After that, the last question, there's a question that something like that opens up a section about comprehensive questions. So on that button, you need to say, I can't remember what the last thing is, but they say, are there any additional stuff click the button that says yes, then it opens up a second questionnaire that you can complete. So most of those answers is going to be no. Then one of the questions that they ask you is, did you receive any money that you consider non-taxable? So you put that tick over there, and then it opens up a section on your return. Try and see whether it fits into one of those. I think UIF payments do not fit into any of the blocks, so you're going to be using the one that says other, and then you're going to put the UIF payments in there. Under the description you say UIF payment received, and that is what you do with that return. So it's just as under the comprehensive questions that you will find it over there. Kapuma Munganga, yes, Jasper also replied to you, and yeah, so tax returns 2022, what you must know. Income tax, goodie, awesome, but what I want to know is the tax bracket. You've got 18% on the first line. Sorry, goodie, I've been sitting with a terrible cough. Let quickly see, but I want to know is 18% on the first line, then the second row 40,000 plus 26%. How does that work? So if you go to the SARS tax tables, and you look at this rate and the tables that they've got over here, you can see this is the calculation. So if you had to take from 1 to 226,000 rand, we get 18% on that amount, then you'll get to a certain amount. And then after that, let me quickly check with my calculator. So if I say 226,123 times 0.18, gives me 40,680 rand. But now remember that everybody, oh yes, so that is where the 40,680 comes from, you see. So it's 18% of this amount over here, and then they continue again with the 40,000 plus 26,000 rand. So that is how the tax tables go. So the more you earn, the more tax you end up paying. But you'll see right at the bottom of this page over here, they give us rebates. So everybody, doesn't matter who you are, you get 16,000 rand rebate or discount on the tax amount. So you can see that you actually only start paying tax once you earn more than 91,250. So it's about 8,000 rand a month. So if you earn more than that, that is when you start paying tax. Yeah, so that is where the 26% comes from. I hope that answers your questions, Goody. Let's quickly see in Doda, e-filing representatives, how to upload other requested documents. There's no option, but I received the correspondence to add 2 more documents, but adding them gives me a nightmare. If I'm trying to add on the search page, it says the text bar I'm trying to add exists. To add access to representative case and presume that that it's me, but I can't get through to upload them. So you'll see if you go to the search website, you see over here, there's a thing that says online services, and then over here is a thing that says submit supporting documents. So on the screen over here, you'll normally be able to submit stuff. So obviously you can have a case number, put in your details over there, your tax number, ID number. Yes, there we go, income tax, and your South African number, ID number, and then obviously over there you would select the documents and then hit the submit button. So if they don't give you a link, then this is the place where you have to go and submit your additional supporting documents. Let's quickly see, David, tax returns 2022. Hope you're doing well, and would like to ask you what type of business do you register? Do you register YouTube channel as is in South Africa when you're earning money from the YouTube platform? Your feedback will be appreciated. I personally have a separate business that I do all my YouTube income. I get some referral fees from some of the guys that I do videos with, so I put all that income into a separate PTY limited, so it's not part of my normal income. You can probably put it as your personal one. Just for me personally, I think I like to separate it so that it's separate. So all the assets and all the stuff that I buy, all my cameras, sound equipment and stuff like that, I put it through that little PTY as expenses to generate that income. Kuni, yes, I think I chatted to you a bit earlier, Kuni. Yes, we were talking about the tax rates. Yes, I'm based in Cape Town. We are based in Fishhook in Cape Town. Most of my meetings I do online though. I prefer to work online. It's just, in-person meetings takes up so much time. If you had to think about, you have to jump in your car, drive somewhere, it takes you half an hour to get there, then you have to unpack your computer, chat, do the meeting in the back. So you end up spending 2-3 hours for something that can take half an hour on Zoom. So I prefer to work online, but we can organize a meeting if you want. Most of my clients, although I'm based in Cape Town, most of my clients are based all over South Africa. I'm not limited to anything specific. Hector and UIF, awesome man, thanks. Yeah, I always try and make sure that I explain the stuff properly. Income tax. How does income tax work? Yo, I love this video. Ask if how do I know if my employer pays my tax over to SARS? My employer has never asked for my tax number, so I'm not sure how it is paid. Please help. So Zama, the best thing is ask him for your tax certificate. They call it the RP5. If they're able to give you a tax certificate, then obviously they're paying the tax over to the receiver of revenue. For your employer, they don't necessarily have to have your tax number. As long as they've got your ID number, then that money, or the money will end up in the right pot, you see. So I think the tax number for SARS is a secondary thing. They link it to your ID number. The ID number is the important thing that they look at. Business structures. That plunder guy. I've been running as a sole proprietor for many years, and recently I had to upgrade to a PTY so I could get reseller rights. I very much appreciate the information from this video. It has opened my eyes and I feel a lot more comfortable. I'll contact you for accounting them. Now get in touch with me and we can have a chat and see what the plan is and what it is that you need to have done. And then we can have a quick chat about that. If I'm not able to help you, now I've got a lot of friends in the accounting industry that I can refer you to as well. But chat with me and then we can have a chat about, see what your needs are. Thank you very much. I found it helpful. Finally, someone explained it in detail I need. I wasn't able to locate the video on small business corporations though. Is it inside the video of any other name? So let me quickly show you where to find that video. So if you go to, just quickly to see, if I say Save Tax Africa, you should be able to find my video. You see this one over here that says income tax for company, save 95,000 Rand or more. So this one over here, I talk about the small business corporation tax rate. So you should be able to find that video. Maybe, yeah. So just search for it. That is where it is. Quickly, maybe just, yeah, search it. You'll definitely find it over there. To which account do I allocate vehicle payments? Okay. So car payments, we normally try and make it an expense account and you put it as car payments. At the end of the year when your accountant does your books, then they will split that up to say which portion of the car payment was the repayment of the liability and which portion was for finance charges. Because the problem is if you put car payments on your balance sheet, then you can't see it on your income statement. So it's going to look like you make 10,000 Rand. If you look at the cash, what happened inside the business, meantime, you paid 5,000 Rand for your car, so it distorts your income statement. Because obviously, the income statement for management report purposes, you want it to be on the front of your income statement so you can see where the money went. You'll see that I did a separate video on Sage where I talked about reporting. Okay, have a look at that video as well. I did discuss it a bit more in detail over there. UIF. Is this also applicable for if you retire and want to claim UIF? Is the process different? No, it's exactly the same process that you have to follow. Obviously, you have to claim UIF, same procedure, nothing changes over there. Expat tax. Shakira is not the only person who seems to be in trouble because of tax residence and resident issues as an expat. Yeah, I agree with you fully. Yeah, they're not letting the people go, that's for sure. Paula Crawford, yes, this is a good question. Would you consider creating a video now to set up the debtors manager in Sage? I would definitely want to do that. I've been chatting to the guys. I wonder if it's... No, it's not on the demo company. Is it not here? Quickly see. Leave. I've been chatting to the guys at Sage itself, and I might be doing a video with one of the Sage consultants of the debtors manager. So that is what the plan is. I'm hoping to get it right. If I do get it right, I'm really excited. I think, yes, I really enjoyed this talk that I did with these business people. I think it's an eye-opener. I think this, I'm going to definitely maybe explore this topic a bit more. Collins, it appears that I've got two tax numbers, one from when I was a passport, my first company, another later on when I acquired South African residency. Is this a complication? I think to certain degrees it will be a complication because now you have to submit two returns. And the thing is, SARS, if you don't submit on your second tax number, then they're going to start giving penalties and stuff eventually if you don't submit on that second return. Yeah, so I would personally make an appointment with the receiver of revenue, sit with the guy, say, listen dudes, I've got two tax numbers. We've had it many times in the past, or not many, we probably come across it maybe once every 2-3 years that we come across people that's got more than one tax number, but they just need to cancel the one. so that you can only have one text number. I think we'll just simplify the whole process. Yeah, I think those are all the answers for now. You guys must have a lovely month. Keep on watching the videos. Once again, just remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Keep an eye out for the next one. Cheers, man. We'll chat soon. Bye-bye.